Hey everyone, Sarasota Tim. On my way to the car wash, just left the gym, having a nice coffee. Got a Starbucks on the way to the gym. I'm all hopped up. Made a little quick video this morning of the truck. Always like admiring it. I know you guys like admiring it, some of you. Appreciate it. I just had a comment about where's the matching Goldwing. So I thought, hey, I'd make a good video. I wasn't going to get into it because it was a fail. The deal fell through. Let me give you the quick story. I got this bug to buy a motorcycle. Any of you that's been watching my videos for a while, I had there was 2 or 3 motorcycles I was going to buy in the last 6 months, all to no avail for one reason or another. I've had motorcycles. I like motorcycles. I've traveled on motorcycles, not riding around town. I'm a go across the country guy, long hauler. And that's what I yearn for and miss and want to do again. So the Honda Goldwing motorcycle, as you know, is a touring motorcycle. And I found one on Craigslist. It was nice. I was all hot for it. Then I, didn't buy it. Said, don't spend your money right now. It's an uncertain economy. Buy a house. Buy gas for your 4Runner. Oops. These bumps are making my phone go down. Buy gas for your 4Runner. Take another trip across country in it. Do some camping. Man, I'm sorry. This road is terrible, and my phone keeps dropping down. I got to tighten it up. But then on Craigslist, another Goldwing popped up. A 2016 in red. I had to look at that one, right? It had a 2016 and it had 1,000 miles on it. Story is, guy bought it in Kansas City from a dealer, brand new, but 2 years old, like still in the box in the crate at the dealer in like 2018. He put 1,000 miles on it. I don't know whether, the traffic or the winter up there, he moved to Florida. I don't know. He mentioned something about the way people drive here, and maybe he got spooked. I don't know. But anyway, in the garage it sat, never been laid down or anything. It wasn't anything like that. It was literally a showroom, brand new Goldwing. And he seemed like a nice enough guy. We were talking, and he wanted $18,500 for it. And I went up there, and, I was planning on trying to get a little bit of a discount. Although I wanted to bite, because I'm not one to split hairs. If it's something I want, I'm not going to let $500 get in the way. And so he voluntarily, right away says, I'll just let you know right now. Because I started alluding to the fact about, let's talk about the price. He said, well, I'll just tell you right now, I'm at $18,000. And I thought, well, I don't want to make the guy mad or anything. And I said, okay, I'll take it. And then, because I'm willing to pay him his price, he obviously put $18,500 to give somebody a little bit off. He wanted $18,000. And he thought he had a nice bike, and he wanted all the money. And that was all the money. And when I agreed to it, in this market we're in, this inflated market, I knew he had 2 helmets that had the intercom system, because with the Goldwing, that's what you wear. You can talk to your passenger, Bluetooth, yada, yada. And I wanted those in the deal. And he said, okay, I don't have a problem with that, but I have to run that past my wife. I said, okay, you want to go talk to her? And he said, oh, she's sleeping. She's a nurse. And I said, oh, all right. He says, but I said, well, here, I'll give you a couple of $1,000. And no, you're a man of your word. I rode an hour to go see it. You wouldn't have rode an hour up here if you weren't serious. And when I give you the title, you give me the money. That's the way I want to do it. You're a man of your word. I'm like, all right, old school. I'll do it that way. He says, I will call you when she gets up a little later on. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I came back to Sarasota, and the whole night went by. I never heard from him. The whole day, the next day came and went. I never heard from him. I mean, that was weird. You can't call and tell me she said no, or I decided not to sell it, or whatever, or even a text. So everybody kept telling me, Tim, why don't you call him? That's That's not very professional. You know, you drove all the way up there, you spent your time and agreed to his price. I mean, he at least owes you that. And I agree with that. But I mean, when someone doesn't call you, they're obviously not wanting to talk to you, or telling you basically right there, they're not selling it. So that's what I accepted. And believe it or not, guys, the first day, you know, I was a little sad because it was an amazing looking brand new Goldwing. Better looking than the 2022s, 21s, whatever they got out. Believe me, it was, and they go for 200,000 miles like a 4Runner. So I could have had that the rest of my life and traveled, and it was a head turner, man. It was unbelievably beautiful. But then the next day, I started having a lot of peace in my mind about that I didn't spend 20 grand, you know, pretty much 20 grand by the time you go to DMV and taxes and tag and all that and insurance, that, you know, I probably didn't need to spend right now. And so I just felt good about it, and I feel very good about it. I can't help from, you know, remembering about how honored I'd be to have that bike, but I'm glad I don't. I mean, I have a nice vehicle here. How many things can you drive at once? I can buy an awful lot of gas for this for the next couple of years, or several years, and take trips with it. So this is my toy. This is what I love. This is what I'm going to use. No motorcycles for me. Another thing, finishing up the video here, is, you know, in South Florida, you're a mile from the sun, and riding on a motorcycle in the summer is just walking outside is hot. So, and it's inline riding. It's straight up and down. There's no twisties. There's no curves. There's no hills. There's no mountains. I used to live in Atlanta when I had these previous motorcycles, and I could just leave my house and I was already in twisties and hills. North Carolina was an hour. I mean, Blue Ridge Parkway, all that. I rode them all. I did it all. Then I went across country 3 times. So, you know, I would have to drive like a day just to get out of Florida to get to the you know, some hills. But if I wasn't traveling, I would be just riding around here, you know, a mile from the sun, straight up and down, with all these. We got the craziest, absolute craziest drivers. There is not a single day that I can go from point A to point B, even to my local grocery store, where I don't have someone pushing me in the back, blowing their horn at me because I stop at a stop sign, or go around me because I'm not going fast enough for them. You know, tailgating, everything. Probably got one behind me right now. I drive the speed limit. I stop at stop signs. I've never, in 63 years, had a ticket. Yeah, I got somebody behind me right now because I'm not going fast and they can't go around. I'm in the slow lane doing 52 miles an hour, and I think it's a 45. And I got this person back there slapping their steering wheel, going like this. Oh my God, let's go. Right here. So you see, and the motorcycles, they got no respect for. None. They'll tailgate you. They don't look for you, and they're on their meds. They're texting. It's a dangerous time to ride a motorcycle. So, damn a motorcycle. I got a tank here, and that's my story. So that's why I don't have the matching red Goldwing to go with the 4Runner, nor will I ever. And also, on a cliff note, on a side note, I sold that electric bike, if you guys don't know. I bought an electric bike in November of last year. Rode it up and down my road. I got bored with that. There was nowhere to carry it in the back here with all my camping equipment, so I was going to buy a bike rack. But I put it on Craigslist, and a guy called me, and he wanted it, and he got it. And I was glad to get what I got back for it. Can you imagine selling a used bicycle with a battery in it for $2,000? Yeah, well, that's what he gave me for it, but I paid $400 more for that. More than that. And I only put 375 miles on it. So that was an expensive bike to own. Over $1 a mile to ride it. I get way better gas mileage in my 4Runner. So no more other two-wheelers for this guy. This is what I got, and I still got my money. So weather's going to be turning nice. I'm going to be taking some trips. There'll be some great content coming up. I'm going to live my life, and this 4Runner is going to be it. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Thanks, guys.